Over the past few years, there's been a growing hype about eating organic foods. But so many people don't understand why organic foods are better for you. And there's also a large group of people who believe that there's no difference and that it's just a way to jack up prices on food. However, this really isn't the case. Organic foods have so many more health benefits than non-organic foods. Not only do they have more benefits, but non-organic foods have so many things that are just bad for you. For example, for something to be considered organic, it has to be grown without the use of pesticides and chemicals. When it's made into something, it has to be made without the use of additives, preservatives, artificial sweeteners, and colorings. When they raise animals and they consider them organic after they start selling them, those animals have to have not been pumped with hormones and antibiotics, which are harmful, especially to growing children. When you buy a jar of, say, organic peanut butter, you're buying, according to the ingredients, organic dry roasted peanuts and sea salt, which is what peanut butter should be, opposed to non-organic peanut butter. This peanut butter contains, in addition to peanuts, it contains corn syrup, soy protein, sugar, molasses, salt, fully hydrogenated vegetable oils, and several things that I can't even pronounce. Now, why do you need to add all of these harmful chemicals to what you're consuming? And even better, why would you put these things in the food that you're feeding your children? When my son was old enough to eat solid foods, when he was 4 or 5 months old, I started buying only organic foods. Because studies have shown that children and toddlers that eat foods full of preservatives and additives are more likely to have hyperactive disorders. Also, children that consume non-organic foods and produce have a huge amount, an excessive amount of pesticides in their urine. Now, if pesticides are used to kill insects, they surely cannot be healthy for us. It's a known fact that consuming toxins is bad for you. It destroys your digestive system and it destroys your central nervous system, things that you need in order to live. If you want to be healthy, you eat organic foods. They don't have all of these toxins in them, and the meat doesn't have these antibiotics and hormones in them. Now imagine feeding a 2-year-old a whole bunch of hormones. They're growing. Their own hormones are going crazy as they get older and being produced. You shouldn't be putting more into them. It can only cause problems. Also, the whole thing on the news, and if you're doing any research online, you can find things about the antibiotic resistance in bacteria. As time goes on, bacteria is becoming more and more resistant to antibiotics. But a little known fact is that more antibiotics are pumped into meat and fed to animals that will be used for consumption than are given out to patients every year. So it's suggested that perhaps it's not just taking antibiotics to fight infections that's causing this huge problem, but it's eating food that has been pumped with antibiotics. Now, the problem in that is that eventually these antibiotics are going to cause these bacteria to become resistant. And things that are harmless to us or nearly harmless to us now will be fatal to us in the future because we're not going to have any way to fight them. So, switching to an organic food diet is better for your digestive health, it's better for your central nervous health, and it's also makes you less likely to get certain types of cancer. For example, breast cancer patients have been known to have higher levels of pesticides and toxins in their system than people that do not have breast cancer. These people that don't have breast cancer have less pesticides in them. So there is a suggested link between the two, not to mention lymphoma, leukemia, and a numerous amount of other cancers that could be caused because of all these toxins we're putting in our body. Because it's easier to buy a 50-cent can of green beans than a bundle of fresh organic green beans that don't have all these harmful pesticides and chemicals on them. So hopefully the next time you go to the grocery store, you firmly consider grabbing the organic peanut butter, so you're getting something healthy for you, than grabbing this pesticide-infested garbage.